Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the ATM, the African True Morris Media. This is your girlie Lee. Welcome to the Joe Brown and Kwame. Let's take a look at this. But before we go, guys, give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, please. Let's reach that 1,000 subscribers. Let's get to it, guys. Now we have Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, and Kwame Brown. What a great pair it is, right? Let's listen to Judge Joe Brown smash Kamala Harris and take Biden to their grave. Let's listen, guys, and I'm going to talk my way. I'm going to give my commentary as we go. I'm just going to jump on in.
I got up there, and when the speech she gave, I was really offended. I heard it right outside the state capitol building in Dover, which was a rundown, ransacked old house, 250 years old. And he said Negro children are like roaches. If they're allowed to integrate the schools, they will infest them and they will never be gotten out. Negroes.
Joe Biden said that?
Yeah, I heard it. Saw it. He said Negroes were animals and they turned the streets into jungles. He and Senator Eastland had a plan where they could put all of these Negro animals in zoos. Now, we talk about the 94 crime bill, that wasn't shit. The 91 was bad. The 87 was really bad. The 80.
Now, do you hear Judge Joe Brown? He speaks about how the crime bill, and a lot of y'all done heard about it, but Biden gets in office, and then he get with Charlemagne the dog, and he talks about if you're not black, if you don't vote, you're not black. See, he's the type of man, he's a cunning white supremacist that we're allowed to get in the White House, but now he's trying to bring us back to the old Jim Crow. But we're going to continue to let Joe Brown go in. But pay attention. All these things, Biden said this, and a lot of the black caucus, they heard this man say this before they even put him in office. But all of the bootleg people, they worked so hard, even on Stacey Abrams, just to put this man in office. And this man is against black. He's nothing but a head of a Ku Klux Klan.
One was the one where one rock got you 5 years, which due to some other stuff Biden and Dennis and Eastland did, it wasn't 5 years with parole. They abolished federal parole. So you get 5 years, you get 60 months, and you get released with all good and honor time and 56 months from federal custody. And then that was the 81 one, and then there was a 79 and 77. So let's give blame where blame is due. That bastard has been a racist dog, and he used to talk about he understood the Negro because he was raised in Delaware. And he said Delaware was a proud slave-owning state that basically copped out by not going with the South during the rebellion as it should have, because they were too close to D.C. to not be intimidated. Mm-hmm. So I listened to this racist dog. I kept up with him because I was practicing criminal law, and federal criminal trials became almost a lynch thing because of what is allowed. By the way, if you ever get interrogated by the feds, never say, I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about it. Because you will get convicted on one count of an indictment, making a knowingly false statement to a federal investigator. You know why? Because they tell you what you're there for, so you know what you're there for. So when you say, I don't know nothing about it, you did because they told you. With feds, you say, I have nothing to say, or I refuse to make a statement. I want a lawyer. When you're talking with the state, you say, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Fuck you, you know. But with the feds, watch what you say. Because in the federal system, thanks to Biden, Stennis, Eastland, and some other these yellow dog Dixiecrat races, what happens is they've set it up so you get tried by ambush if it is a criminal case. And if you were absolutely innocent, you don't know shit about what happened. Eastland and Stennis and Biden set something else up where they deliberately set the rules so that a prosecutor could knowingly not knowing, but know that he had no case that could get a conviction, but deliberately go after you for the purpose of bankrupting you so your ability to operate is destroyed. Now, that's one of the bad things that bastard did. And then you got Kamala Imhoff in there. You know who Imhoff is?
No.
Yes, you do.
Huh?
Mrs. Imhoff, Vice President of the United States, who goes by her maiden name,
Miss Kamala.
Kamala Harris. She's got 2 Jewish children she adopted. She married a Jewish husband.
I'm scared talking about Kamala Harris. I'm gonna let you have that one.
She's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top. They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She's damn near everybody trying to get her to be a frat hole when she was in out. And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got nothing to do with this, Miss Harris.
I mean, well, don't, but she's,
I don't know, I'm just listening.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the Governor General's table, and he was a professor. And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him. All right? The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is in fact, according to Daddy.
Wow, did y'all hear that? He just put Kamala on a goddamn stick and propped her up like a whore that she is. Allegedly, she fucked her way through the top. Biden and Kamala, it was meant for them 2 dogs to get together. These 2 racist dogs, and they're putting everything in place for these Asian people to be able to get reparation, to be able to get this crime bill, whatever they want to have for them, because they're planning on using them in 2024 to defeat Donald Trump. But Donald Trump said he's going to be back in office in August. I don't know what's going on, but that's what Donald Trump said.
In an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine, was a Hindu house servant, not a black one. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark. But see, she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders,
This is
and
commercial right
so
now,
you can make your
guys.
money goals happen.
But yeah, let's just take our time and just pay attention to what's really going on and taking place in this situation with Kwame Brown and Judge Joe Brown, guys. That was a commercial right then and there. Let's continue.
See, they are the original Aryans, but Adolf Hitler and his boys told a big lie. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans from the far north did not exist, never existed. They were the dark to swarthy to paper bag brown, dark-eyed, dark, coarse-haired Indo-Aryans from India. Those actually settled Germany, and some other people came in from the steppes that lightened everything up a bit. So that lie is being told. So you got the Aryan Brotherhood, the Aryan Nation. What's going on is for Aryans, they claim to be one with look like Kamala or Queen Harris. You know, I guess what she did is, you know, LA Times ranked her out. I was out in LA, you know, when she
see this article.
before that, see, she got out and they ran a thing when she went to law school. Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have cards.
I heard about that.
Where they had one I loved, it was scene Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out. Kamala is raising up after doing it, you know. And they ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year, and you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried the thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid $120 grand for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW. She was earning that. So then she had this thing where she was trying to get on with this big firm that wouldn't hire, so he started screwing one of your buddies, an NBA player who was their biggest client. Boom, she got hired. So then they ran a scandal sheet on her where she was trying to get on with the DA's office, so she started screwing the deputy chief DA to get on.
So what do you see? I mean, you have a lot of knowledge. As you can see, you got the chat going crazy. You have knowledge that span back 30, 40 years. So what do you see? 50 years. Sorry about that. So what do you...
College more than a half century ago, so it's
That's
still
crazy.
fun.
That's crazy. So do you see it getting worse with the media propaganda, or do you see it? Okay. So you think it's getting worse?
Okay, let's just stop that right now, guys. Go ahead on and hit the subscribe button. Let's get to this 1,000.